Hello YouTube, today I have here a really interesting 10-inch subwoofer. It is called Digital Designs 610e 610 series 600 series subwoofer 10-inch drive E European special model. Now what comes in special model of European special model? Okay, let's dig in. So we're seeing from iGroup here all of the details. We have 2.5-inch voice coil, which on this big frame means that we have a lot of excursions. Really much excursion on a small size of 10-inch driver. 2x2 ohm voice coil, QMS, Xmax, everything you can see on the screen there. 1800 watts peak, 600 watt RMS, high temp coil. Now high temp coil means that the glue that has been used handles high temperature, thus you can like crank it really much for this subwoofer. Okay. Then we'll be checking all of the external features on this subwoofer, and lastly I have a DATS V2 here, so we can check the we can check the parameters of this driver in here. Now first of all we have nice Digital Designs logo, a little bit of my greasy fingerprints all over the place because I've been like testing this out and making unboxing videos. We have a really soft, really big foam suspension up in here. A really nice touching, and actually if you can like crank it up this really much, it does not go deform not that easily. Shiny DD logo, plastic cap, maybe, yeah, I think it's plastic. We have a standard Redline series foam cone here with a red line over the place. We have a pressed, well half pressed paper cone. We have really big spiders because the new frame of the Redline series allows it to have really big frame. As you can see, DD logo also there. We have direct leads, which is actually really good because these terminals of this small size, if you have like a really small subwoofer with a big frame, a big beefy motor, it will go just a tad too much outside, so fitting it into an enclosure will be difficult, but not on this one. Really nicely, just zip ties, everything is used these well, I'm lost of words now. Used these heat shrinks all over the place. We have 2 sets of spiders down in here, quite actually flexible. We have a I think there's a CA glue. It's too glossy. Perhaps it's too glossy to be CA glue, so maybe epoxy has been used. Well, and down here it looks like yes, it's epoxy. I think it's epoxy, black epoxy, glued everything intact. Same stuff up in here. This really looks like CA glue. Epoxy is not that porous, or this kind of if you are using a black epoxy, it will be really shiny and glossy, but perhaps this has been built with a black CA glue, because changing the glues when you are building the subwoofer probably is not that wise. They are built, well, that might be also epoxy, really don't know, but it's black. Okay, so big motor here for a size 10-inch driver with a ventilation hole, and on the outside and the inside of the voice coil, really nice big beefy subwoofer. Now when we check the parameters, these are really good. Directly it normally has this kind of really plasticky feeling. I'm just checking around if I have some kind of wire here. It's normally PVC plastic, but this is like a silicone based, really extremely flexible wire being used, which is really good. The wiring looks like it's copper. Hopefully it's copper. It will be a really nice touch. This special mode is made for like Europeans for now only. It has some of the nice features like really good high temperature coil, because we want to play low. We want to play extremely loud and really low. So you have like a big excursion and a lot of heat produced by the amplifier, and the coil needs to handle that well. So all of the features are thought in here to have a much better, like in, let's say, Emma trunk one woofer, or small like a proper droppers BB1 series. So you want to have really good voice coil, really good cooling, big spiders and a big surround to have the maximum bass with a lot of power, but still keeping small subwoofer. Now let's go into that and check out those parameters. And that was not my intention. I'm sorry, RIP headphone users. Need to change audio device in here. So we are using this one, and we are using this one, and hopefully everything works. Now it does. So there we go, we have 34.99 Hertz, 2.4 ohms, so probably connecting this into parallel, we're getting around a little bit over 1 ohm, 5 ohms total in series. The voice coil is like somewhere there, it is not a dual 2 voice coil, it still is in range, but not a precise dual 2 voice calls. QMS 5.8, QES 0.88, QES 0.76. Now keep in mind these are not the parameters because we need to measure the bus also. They change a little bit. I'm just checking out the FS here, which is said this is 35-ish range, and if we check in here it should be around 32. Well driven in subwoofer it will go much lower, so this probably will go like under 30 Hertz if you really play it softly and well, and with high excursion drive it in before playing it. Now the key parts of the subwoofer are that high temp voice coil takes a lot of beating. Really good frame, really open frame, really good ventilation all around. Not a stamped steel basket, but a really good aluminium frame and a big foamy surround. Soft, really soft surround actually. To have that maximum linearity of the driver, having a quite beefy and a big voice coil in there. Actually, if I can just check it here, it is really long voice coil. To keep in mind, we have top plate like in here and starts from around here, so we have voice coil around like 60 millimeters. If I go back into the face cam here, we have like 60 millimeters of voice coil, probably 50 to 60 millimeters. So we have like a not that much of after the voice coil will behave on the magnetic range, and if it goes over or under it, it will just demolish itself. So keep in mind using a like up to 40 liters of enclosure for this if you are playing for music, if you are burping and making as much bass as you can. Keep in mind that the voice coil might be actually a little bit too long for this kind of frame. Maybe this subwoofer should have a little bit of bump down in here to have it extra little bit length, because upwise it is okay, it normally goes back in from the top plate or the center pole, but if it hits back in here, the noise will be horrific. But I'm keeping the enclosure in a good range, let's say 30 to 50 liters between there. 40 liters is probably the best for like 1000 watt amplifier with this. It is power handling 600 watt RMS and 1800 watt peaks. Probably it can handle like 3 kilowatts. with a in a burp box, like sniper box kind of style. Now, what do you think about this E-series, European series of the subwoofer? I really enjoy it. I made a video of it in Finnish a while ago, but now the video is in English. Hopefully this is one that you might think of using, because good motor, good suspension and everything. This will be really good for listening pleasure, like sound wise, and also takes a lot of beating on SPL wise, or even proper dropper, like really low bass wise, in my opinion. Very good leads. I really enjoy direct leads. They look kind of well, not ugly, but little bit of you know, terminals are always a little bit sleeky design, but these are the way to go if you want to compete. So thank you for watching. Leave a comment what do you think about the subwoofer, and I see you on the next video. Bye bye.